guys, there's football tonight. There's football tonight!
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh! We did it. We're here.
There's football. There's football. We have something tangible to talk about instead of just projecting stupid shit. So we get to watch a football game and then go back to 2 or 3 days of projecting the rest of the shit. Yeah. That's how it goes. It's a never-ending cycle of watch a couple of games and project a bunch of dumb shit. So welcome back to the Fantasy Football Universe. I am Aaron St Denis. Follow me everywhere at FF Mad Scientist. Joined by Jeremy Shulman at FF_Rebel and Jesse Moeller, who has a tag but not his name. He is at JMoeller05. I don't know what's going on there. Anyways, we are here. We're here for week 1 NFC home games. We have Steelers at Falcons, Titans at Bears, Panthers at Saints, Vikings at Giants, Broncos, Seahawks, Commanders, Buccaneers, Rams, Lions, and we end it with the Monday Nighter Jets at 49ers. Are you guys ready for some football?
Yeah, as long as there won't be a quiz on what you just said later. So we'll chop it up.
Heard a lot of words. I don't know.
Everybody.
I said it and I don't remember it, so it's all right. I drift in and out. Don't take it personal. All right, we'll kick things off with the probably worst game out of the entire bunch. That would be the Pittsburgh Steelers at Atlanta Falcons QB matchup. 2 QBs, 2 veteran QBs in new spots. Russell Wilson at Kirk Cousins. Against Kirk Cousins. I guess he's at Kirk Cousins' house and they're playing in the backyard. Don't know why I said it that way. Apparently I'm a little slow on my lunch. Got too much adrenaline going for football. So I've got 2 things up. I've got on the fantasyfootballuniverse.com. I have our consensus rankings and I also have my personal rankings. As far as consensus goes, we have Kirk as our consensus 19, which is 2 above ECR of 21 on the week. And Russ, we have as QB 25, 3 spots above consensus. We are high on both these quarterbacks, gentlemen, 25 and 23. Both just mid to pretty much low-end QB. I feel like Russ is a low-end QB too, and I'm not expecting much better. I think Kirk is a conservative low-end QB too, but I'm going to be disappointed if he's not at least a mid to high end QB2. I think I'm just being conservative to start. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think with me, it's Cousins. I just want to see the injury, see how he looks, because I've been a Cousins guy my entire life. I think if he's healthy, looks how he was last year, I'll move him out significantly rankings into the Geno,
I
the
think
golf.
I lost you, Jesse. I don't know if Aaron's having the same issue.
Oh no, I'm hearing Jesse. I hear him.
Yeah, all right, cool.
You're not hearing him?
We all got internet issues today, so it's my bad. Jesse, tell us what you were just telling us, and I'll shut up.
Yes. Injury with Cousins. We'll see how it looks. We'll keep it short and sweet. If he looks healthy, looks good, I'll bump him up after this week. I just want to see. And Russ is just a bad quarterback at this point who's dependent on rushing. So until that changes, Russ is going to be lower, even though he'll score points for you in fantasy.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, I just like the weapons. I like the situation. I don't think he's going to go nuclear, but he's my QB 19 on the week. Russell Wilson, much lower, 24. Not excited to start either of these guys in one QB. Just leave them alone.
If we get through this game and it's your typical, I get it, it's new coaching, but it's your typical just rushing, grind it out, old school game where it doesn't appear that Kyle Pitts is going to be the stud we wanted. Drake London, they look like they're both just average. How long do we go before we're going to push the panic button here? Because everyone's sky high. Not so much on Pitts. Pitts has gone up a few in the ranks, but people are fucking sky high on London. If he doesn't come out of the gates firing here, how long till it's time to push the panic button on London? You guys worried?
Not in week 1 because they're playing against Surtain. One of the best corners in the NFL. That's a problem for whoever he's lined up against. So it could be a rougher day for London because of that.
Yeah, and I'm not worried. Also, just keep in mind that these things take almost a month to sort out. If Drake London has 3 bad games in a row, I'll be worried. Even 4, you got to give these guys 3 to 4 weeks to figure it out.
All right, the running backs we have on the Steelers, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, who I believe is going to play, and Cordell Patterson, who I didn't know still played. The Falcons have Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, who is going to be a thorn in everyone's side for fantasy, and Jace McClellan. Our consensus has Bijan the highest, I'm sure. Bijan at 3. Scrolling. This is a ways down. Najee at 24. Jalen Warren is a little lower in our rankings, 38. I'm not sure if that's because we haven't all moved. I know my rankings are finalized because I got to go to work, but maybe not everyone else has moved him back up. I know he still has an injury tag. It looks like he's going to play.
That's what it is.
And then Tyler Algier I have at 45. So what do you guys make of the running back situation in this one?
All I need to see from Bijan is goal line usage.
Just for Jalen Warren, I think he's really just I'm hedging because of injury. I think it's going to take him a week or two to be 100%. Najee's going to get as much as he can handle. The problem is you just hope he doesn't go down with injury. On the other side, Bijan well over Algier. He's my number 1 ranked running back this week.
Oh my Lord. Over McCaffrey? Ooh, baby. I love it. Yeah, for Bijan, all he needs is goal line usage. Yeah, let's go. If he gets the goal line usage, like that's what was missing last year. Everything else is there. He has 17% target share. Like he was that guy. Just it'll happen. So new scheme, new system. Like Bijan could be the RB1 this year. You gotta treat him like that because it's gonna set up that way. He'll get 20+ touches. Like I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So he's our consensus RB3, which tells you if Jeremy has him at 1, the rest of us are a little bit lower on him. Like I know I have CMC, Brees. I think I even have Taylor ahead, but I'm notoriously the Taylor guy here. Moving on, we've got the wide receivers. Steelers have George Pickens. Roman Wilson is listed as playing, but he's still limited. I can't see how he plays, but I guess we'll find out. Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin. Which Miller? Scotty Miller. I was looking, I'm like, S. Miller. What S. Miller is on here? It's Scotty Miller. The Falcons have Drake London, Darnell Mooney, oh my God, this depth chart is ugly. Ray McLeod and Kadero Hodge. You don't realize why everyone's so high on Drake London, and then you read the receivers behind him, and it's like, I'd rather have the Giants receiving core than this fucking team.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure who the highest I assume London is our highest ranked receiver. We have him at 20, which I think there's going to be a big discrepancy. I bet a bunch of us have him at 12 and a bunch of us have him in the 20s, and that's why it balances out. And then our highest Steeler is George Pickens at 18. We actually have George Pickens higher. What do you guys think about that? Clearly one of us is throwing it off. Maybe I'm the high guy on Pickens and the low guy on London. What's going on? What's up with that?
Listen, for me, I got Drake London at 10 this week. It is the Drake London show all year long. I'm ready for it. We've seen it. Drake London is Michael Pittman, but a better version with a more, a less athletic quarterback who is, going to feed him targets because, as you just mentioned, he has to. If we're talking about George Pickens, I don't really want much of that boom bust kind of nature. I think Drake London offers the opposite: high floor, high ceiling, and I think he's going to hit his ceiling this week against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's interesting with Pickens because without Deontay, he had a 29% target share that month last year, so he's shown the alpha elements we want. But I just hate the offense with Pittsburgh, so I'm just going to be lower on Pickens because he has to do more, similar to what London was doing the past 3 years, right? But now that he has Cousins, he's higher. I am significantly higher on London. I think London's my wide receiver 16. I have Pickens down at wide receiver 28 this week. I just think it's going to be a weekly show with Pickens where you don't know the week that he's going to pop off or not. Even though he'll get the numbers, it's just going to be kind of rough.
Yeah. And I figured out what the issue is. The rankings are because I have Pickens at 18 and London at 20. For some reason, our consensus rankings aren't being pulled correctly off of Fantasy Pros. Maybe SC doesn't have his week 1 in. So what you're seeing on the consensus right now is my rankings. So I'm the one lower on them. I have it at 18 and 20, not you guys. So I'm going to have to fix that after the show. Excuse me. Moving on here to the tight ends, we have on the Steelers, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Connor Hayward, and on the Falcons, Kyle Pitts and Charlie Warner. I have Freiermuth lower, I'm sure. Pitts is 7 for me. Freiermuth is 14, and I think that might be generous. What do you guys have?
We have a problem figuring out who's going to talk first, but I'll go ahead and say that
I get the sense you
also
guys
have
are
Pitt.
really getting a delay here, right?
No, not at all. I have Pitt 7th. I have Pat Fryermuth 12th this week, so I think you're dead on with 7 and 14. Pitt's just the matchup is going to be interesting, and I'm hedging and obviously assuming Drake London goes off this week. With Pat Fryermuth, he's just a necessity, but I don't want to really rank him higher than a back end tight end one.
Yeah, that's the struggle, right? Like, Pitts is going to be involved in the offense. He's dealing with the injury, but all signs point to him being fine this week. So it's really hard to push Pitts lower than like top 8 each week just because of his role and usage. Fryermuth, I am very worried for the Arthur Smith, like mixing and matching, not running all the routes. So he's my tight end 14, but I'm a little terrified of Fryermuth, to tell you the truth. I just don't know how his role is going to shake out. I think he's a good player, but it's just fine. With that said, I'm going to switch on Wi-Fi to try and fix this. So I will be back in a second.
All right.